Hey Ellen, I'm happy to do a quick sales page critique for you. So as we were talking about here in the forum, I'm really glad that you found our copywriting resources helpful, especially because hiring a copywriter is definitely something you want to do eventually in your business. Sometimes you just are not ready, right, for the investment, especially when you're committing to doing it right and doing it right the first time around. So here's where we might kind of get a little bit stuck with the actual writing process. So I know that you're in the middle of a launch right now, and making some of these changes might not be doable for you, but I just want you to keep it in mind, since you're going to be having this course no matter what available to your audience, right? This isn't a one and done program. You're going to keep promoting it. So let's start at the beginning. I think, by the way, you did a really good job with the copy. I read over it quickly here, but I do have a couple suggestions. Excuse my dog. And so we'll kind of go through the 12 steps of a sales page that converts and kind of walk you through that process. So first and foremost, one of the formatting elements that I want to make sure is clear is that as much as you possibly can. I'm not saying you can absolutely do this because you have a very specific framework for your individual website, but as much as you can, try to eliminate distractions, right? So we have 3 main sections on this sales page, plus an additional menu bar at the top that could potentially distract readers from actually consuming the content. So you have this top navigation bar, loads of links to click on, more links up here, full area right on this side, kind of promoting the course as well, but still clickable. Then we have this panel all the way down, which features kind of some of your marketing, other courses, etc. So if you can remove at least some of the distraction, maybe the top header here, and then potentially your footer, highly recommend doing that just in terms of conversions, but again, not something that's super important. Okay, so this course is an in-depth study of textural coloristic writing for orchestra. So I'm really glad that you're going right in and telling people exactly what it is. Now, I'm not going to be able to tell you whether or not, the lingo and the technical terms are helpful, because I assume that your ideal client, your ideal customer, actually understands what all of this means, and I, of course, will not. So that's just something to keep in mind. Now, I did want to talk about the hook. Lesson number 2 of the program, we talk about creating, the perfect hook and really coming up with that process. Highly recommend going through that again and changing the title of your actual sales page for the hook, because remember, that is the first line of copy anybody will read. And so if they can get hooked on the specific problem that you're solving, that will ensure they're actually going to read down the page. So something that's really important. I like this a lot right here. Moving beyond thinking in terms of lines, harmony, and rhythmic pattern is a huge stumbling point for most, if not all, composers and orchestrators. So that could be a good, potential part of a hook. I love that. I think you did such a good job with that. I love this next line even more. How do you write textures, gestures, and runs like Dukas, DeBose, and by the way, I'm probably totally butchering these people, Halst, and John Williams? Is there a key, a series of steps, a way of thinking? So this first question, an amazing hook for sure. Learn how to write textures, gestures, and runs like Dukas, DeBose, Holst, and John Williams without, struggling with understanding, color, shape, and movement, something like that. So love that you're really pointing out the problem here. That's definitely a great way to capture readers' attention. And then you're just explaining, right, what really is the program, what is the course. Now, the headline, again, what is OTL 3? I would definitely play with that a little bit, and then possibly do a results-driven headline where you're telling people exactly what they're going to learn inside of OTL3. So, again, not sure if that makes sense for your specific demographic, but the headline needs to evoke more curiosity, and if you can do that by including what is the result, that might actually work a lot. Maybe something like, let's see here if we have something in the copy that we can use. Here we have the final most advanced layer. We built them. Okay, main goal is orchestrating the line. Okay, so here, right, maybe it would be, the core elements of orchestrating the line, or how to orchestrate the line in 3 simple steps. That's what OTL3 is. Something like that really incorporates, again, more of that curiosity. The road to OTL3. What I share in OTL3 is a result of 20 years of study. Okay, so boring headline, right? We want something that's, again, more curiosity invoking. And right now, you're shifting into telling your story, which is extremely powerful. So I would probably make this the headline. What I share in OTL3 is a result of 20 plus years of study and professional work. Something like that really captures the attention of people, or, saying something like, I'm extremely dedicated, or I was extremely dedicated to understanding the basic concepts and functions of, I don't know what composing or orchestrating is, and this is what I struggled with, or this is what I actually found, right? What I discovered. So I like that a lot. Great work with the copy. Again, I wouldn't change anything about the copy. You're doing a fantastic job with the sections. It's more about really working with your headlines and kind of getting a little bit more creative with them so that people can jump through the different sections seamlessly instead of kind of having hard stopping points with the headlines, if that makes sense. So you want your copy to flow, right? It's like a journey. It's like a beautiful novel. It's a story. And in terms of creative, I think creative writing is probably a lot like music, right? And I have it like ebbs and flows. Think about it like, let's use musical terms, like a crescendo, right? You start kind of capturing people's attention with maybe a little bit of mystique and mystery, and then you slowly work up, right, to the actual punchline in the sales page. So it's a slow crescendo, but it's still extremely engaging, right? There isn't a stopping point at any point in time in the music. So it's really, really important. The same thing happens with your sales page. You want it to flow. You want it to actually work up, right, to a climax. And so that's what we're trying to accomplish here. So I think that you're breaking this down really well, again, with the copy. You said everything in OTL3 course is broken down into individual elements, each explained with a high degree of detail, so you can gain full understanding and control over each element. So again, playing with the copy that you already have to come up with your subheadlines is super important. I think that you already have written the majority of it. This one, for example, we progressively put them back together cumulatively, putting bigger and bigger textures together, so you are clear at every step what, why, and how they are put together. So I think you can play with this right now and cover why the individual elements of OT3 make a lot of sense and how they work together. So really good job here. You're again emphasizing the clear steps to be applied, again emphasizing the results, which I think is great. And so you're just explaining what the program is here. Examples galore. So these are all kind of, benefits of the program. I see a lot of features as well, so make sure that we're also focusing on the benefits. So we have Score Club features, which is awesome, and examples galore, audio clips, beautiful, and then your closing. OT3 is a thorough and effective method of writing textures, gestures, and runs like the greats. It's a type of course I wish I had when I started out. So here it is. Boom! This is another awesome headline. It's the type of course I wish I had when I started out, so here it is. All the best, and I look forward to seeing you in the Score Club forum. So great work here, Ellen. I'm going to suggest a couple additions here. So I love that you're telling your story. You're explaining what is the offer, right? Remember the focus on benefits. That's super important. So I want you to go back and really look at, okay, what are the results that people are going to get, and focus on that a little bit more. But you're doing a really good job in general with this section. The next section here, right, would be social proof. So I'd love for you, before you're closing and before you talk about the features, I would love to see some of the testimonials from clients and customers of other courses, or even the feedback you've already gotten from existing students. And that you need to be able to also send in your emails throughout the week. So highly recommend to do that as you hit your launch, kind of close it with a bang. Next is really infuse some scarcity, right? Before you close, you're giving them a crazy discount. It's very clear here, that they're getting a good discount for the specific program. Make sure that that's super clear in this section. Tell them exactly what they're going to get. And then I would love for you to actually insert a call to action in the closing. Let people know, hey, grab it now, right before the price goes up. We'd love to have you. I already see that you have 60 students enrolled, so let them know that already 60 people actually took this program. So great work overall. I love that you have the course curriculum. That makes a lot of sense in this section. And look at the reviews. Like, you already have 2 awesome reviews. I would definitely screen grab that. And then if you can, I see that you can definitely add pictures. So add them here as images if you can do that for the social proof section. But anyway, great work. I'm so excited for you. Let us know how this launch went overall, and the updates that you will be making to the sales page, because I'd love to see the finished result as well.